Defendants unopposed third motion to extend qualified immunity motion for summary judgment deadline to the Honorable Judge of said court. Defendants, Michael Weber, Trey Mayberry, and Raymond Francis, ask that the deadline for filing their motion for summary judgment based on immunity be extended for the following reasons. 1. The court entered this scheduling order for consideration of the defense of qualified immunity on April 16, 2021, which set the motion for summary judgment based on immunity deadline on June 30, 2021. Part of the reason for the deadline of June 30, 2021 was to give plaintiff time to complete medical treatment, obtain the medical, and engage in early settlement negotiations and mediation. 2. On June 23, 2021, defendants filed their unopposed motion to extend qualified immunity motion for summary judgment deadline. On June 28, 2021, the court granted the motion and extended the deadline to July 29, 2021. 3. On July 21, 2021, defendants filed their unopposed second motion to extend qualified immunity motion for summary judgment deadline. On July 23, 2021, the court granted the motion and extended the deadline to August 30, 2021. 4. Plaintiff has provided medical records and made a demand in this case. The parties have agreed to mediation with Dennis in Odessa, Texas, or by Zoom. The parties have scheduled mediation for October 13, 2021. To avoid incurring legal expenses and unnecessary attorney's fees, and to give settlement of this case its best chance. Defendants request that the current deadline for filing their motion for summary judgment based on qualified immunity be extended another 90 days to November 28, 2021 for mediation to be concluded. This will allow sufficient time in the event mediation must be rescheduled, if settlement is successful, to complete the settlement documents, or if unsuccessful, to prepare the qualified immunity motion for summary judgment. Wherefore, defendants request that the motion for summary judgment based on qualified immunity deadline be extended to November 28, 2021, and for such other relief to which they may show themselves justly entitled.
So that's the defense's request for their third extension to November 28th. That would be 90 days for summary judgment based on qualified immunity that they feel they're justly entitled to. I don't think so, but whatever. This is the last document that's been filed in my case. It's just the answer from the judge for their extension. I'm not going to read through it, but what it says is they've been granted an extension to November 10th instead of November 28th like they asked. But we have mediation on October 13th, which I don't really understand that too much, why they would want to go through mediation before the qualified immunity gets rolled on. I would think they'd want qualified immunity rolled on before mediation. That way they get their chance of it all being dismissed. Unless they know they're not going to be granted qualified immunity. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure. Maybe somebody can explain that to me, but mediation is on October 13th, and their deadline for summary judgment based on qualified immunity is November 10th. With this schedule, that makes it even more unlikely we're going to come up with a settlement agreement, because I want it to be on the record that they lost their qualified immunity. Actually, I'd like to see it go all the way through trial, but that's how it's set up. Mediation's going to be almost a month before their deadline for the qualified immunity. Another thing I wanted to point out is these documents. Well, this one only says Weber on there, Michael Weber, but the last one, it shows all three of the officers. But the city has, we amended the suit, and the city has been added to the lawsuit. So we got a Manel claim on the city of San Angelo.